Blessed love and blessings way up, my fire fam. It's the morning after the big fight last night. Caleb Plant versus David El Bendedaroja. Caleb Sweet Hands Plant versus David El Bendedaroja. Was a great fight. Let's just start off by saying that. But before we get into the video, best double jab straight down the pipe with the left hook behind it. That is, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all new content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Then put the left hook behind it and share the video, please and thank you. Great fight. Kenny Bayless, he did a little bit too much. He did a lot too much. It was pretty apparent that holding and clinching was a part of Caleb Plant's game plan. Now, early on in the fight, like in the first few rounds, he was boxing and he was looking good. Probably won, definitely won a few of the first early rounds by, just boxing, keeping David back by his jab. And he was using a good jab last night, Caleb Plant. Good jab down to the body. He would hop in the pocket and land his left hook to the body. He did some pretty good work, but like I said, it was pretty apparent that holding and clinching David Benavidez was part of the game plan. The thing is that at the beginning of the fight, the clinches were like Caleb would shoot, bop, 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 then grab and hold, spin, and get out. So the clinches were really quick. You know what I'm saying? The clinches were really quick. And even earlier on in a clinch, the thing that David Benavidez was doing beautifully, and credit David Benavidez for this, because a lot of fighters, they don't do this or they don't know how to get out of the clinch. Hey, David Benavidez from very early in the fight was like, yo, if you're gonna clinch me, like, I'm punching out of there. He was doing the forearms. I'm sure he hit Caleb Plant with a few elbows, just real rough stuff inside the clinch. Kind of illegal, but hey, you know what I mean? Caleb Plant is holding him. But like I said, earlier on in the fight, the clinches, were quick. So if David tried to punch out, Kenny Bayless jumped in real quick, separated him, and started to give warnings to David Benavidez for actually fighting out of the clinch instead of giving warnings to Caleb Plant for clinching. Now, earlier on in the fight, I don't think that warnings for holding and clinching were necessary, because like I said, they were quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like bop, 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 hold them, turn them, and quick. So, that's good. The problem is that as the fight got on into the middle rounds, 5th, 6th round, and Caleb Plant started to tire, just a little bit, the holding became longer and longer. And that is really when the fight changed for Caleb Plant. Obviously, he was slowing down, so fight changed there. But the fight really changed when he started to hold on for longer periods of time, because David Benavidez literally had to beat Caleb Plant off of him. Now, I know, in a lot of these videos that you're seeing today, you're going to hear, Caleb Plant, he got beat up by David Benavidez. He did, but not in the middle of the ring. He got beat up in the clinch, like literally David Benavidez trying to beat this dude off of him, and he pretty much did. Like, that's where the fight changed, when David Benavidez started landing hard, single hard punches. And the thing is, David Benavidez talked about how he paced himself and he wanted to start a little slow because it's a 12-round fight and he wanted to have the gas going down the stretch. When you're just allowing someone to walk towards you and you're on your back foot, back foot movement takes more out of you than front foot movement. And it is very it's very demoralizing, and it's very exhausting when someone is just walking towards you and you're hitting them, like you're giving them, all that you have, and they're not being fazed by it. And even if they're not throwing a lot of punches, just for the simple fact that they're walking towards you and taking your punches can be very, very, very exhausting and tiring. And that's part of David Benavidez's game plan. That's part of his style. And to me, that is the best attribute about David Benavidez, and that is his best that's his best attribute, not his skills, his size, his power, and his will to just want to walk forward. He says, I love being in shootouts. I love banging it out. So that's very exhausting, and that can break your mental right there. This guy is just walking towards me. He doesn't seem to be fazed by my punches, and even if he is fazed by them, he's not showing it, and he's still walking towards me. And he's not throwing a lot of punches, but when he throws punches, he's throwing very hard punches. And another thing about David Benavidez, he was very quick with his counters. Very, very, very fast with his counters and very good timing. And that's something that's good about him as well. And he said how he thought that he expected Caleb Plant to be faster. But that's a credit to David Benavidez, and now he knows that he's pretty fast. He was throwing really quick counters, and I think that also, made Caleb Plant not want to throw that many punches. You know what I'm saying? Because even when he was jabbing, David Benavidez was countering, with quick hooks, whether he landed them or not. Caleb Plant was trying to set up his double left hook to the body, left hook to the head, but that was a dangerous combination, because David Benavidez knew that the left hook to the head was coming after, and he was throwing his own left hook, and his left hook is dangerous. With that being said, Caleb Plant was landing that left hook to the body though, pretty consistently and pretty easily. Sometimes he would just jump in and throw the left hook to the body without even jabbing. And I think things like that is stuff that we have to worry about when we start to talk about David Benavidez fighting fighters like Canelo Alvarez and even a Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Even a Charlo. I think it's those little things that you have to be concerned about. Just how easy Caleb Plant was able to jump in and land the left hook to the body, because he was definitely able to land the left hook to the body. But final story of the fight, Caleb Plant using holding and clinching as a part of his game plan, not being busy on the inside, to where as though David Benavidez was very busy on the inside and pretty much had to beat Caleb Plant off of him. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And he did. Caleb Plant was cut, but that was came from an accidental headbutt with David Benavidez lunging in. But either way, great fight. Caleb Plant showed a lot of heart and showed that he's a warrior as well, and he's not just a pretty boy with pretty hands with a good body. You know what I'm saying? He banged it out with David Benavidez in the 12th round. And when he got to his corner in the 12th round, he asked his trainers what round it was, and they said, oh, it's the 12th round. He was happy. He was like, oh, word. Wow, I haven't gotten knocked out, and I don't plan on getting knocked out. And he went out there and slugged it out with David Benavidez for the 12th round. But you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. There'll be videos about David Benavidez against Canelo Alvarez and so forth coming up in the near future. But you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. And until the next video, hey, keep fighting your fight. Remember to protect yourself at all times. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone who's been commenting on the videos, on the shorts. Welcome to the Fire Fam. Until the next one, keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fire. This is Real Life Boxing.